stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right.
Alrighty, what the heck are we doing today? Oh my goodness. What day is today? It's Sunday, right? I think it's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. It is Sunday, April the 12th of 2026. And you know who it is. It's me, Kevin T. here, back at A.P.G Gaming with a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I did not know what to play today. And there was an update for Star Rupture, and No Man's Sky also had an update, but I think it was probably like a patch. But I still haven't played this new Pokemon battle thing. So I figured I'd bounce around a little bit, see where we went. All right, again, it is April the 12th of 2026, and I've got 1 minute after the 10 a.m. hour, at least from where I'm sitting. I know some of you are still sitting there in the past, and some of you are somehow off in the future, but whatever present you happen to be in as you're catching this, I do hope it's going good for you. All right, we got Dark Hellboy. Welcome, welcome. I'm watching a video of an update. It looked awesome. Yeah, so... you know, I haven't played the update for No Man's Sky yet. Well, I jumped in and I tried it, and I got to be honest, it's... Well, we'll get into that. I haven't really played, and blah, 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 you know what I mean? So we'll see where that goes. And then Star Rupture had an update. But then I was watching Katrine build this morning, and I'm like, I should get back into, doing some stuff in Satisfactory. So I figure, you know what the heck? We're just going to bounce around games today. Nothing particular. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, as it states. Yeah, no. I figured that much one, Dark Hellboy. But I do need to check my bases in No Man's Sky, and see if anything more has been disrupted or changed. So we will bounce around a little bit. I think we'll start with the getting off my big ugly mug and welcome everybody. Katrine, welcome. I was just saying, I was watching you build, and I'm like, yeah, I got to get back into that. I got to start building in that game. Star Rupture building is not really at the creative level as Satisfactory is. Satisfactory has all the other bits. Steve Hornsby, yes. Star Rupture. And update 1. So there it is currently live. Controller support, I guess, is going to be a thing at some point. It is sort of on their roadmap. There's a new area open once you beat the big engine out there. Yeah, so I went on to the discussion board on Steam, and there's some people asking for it, so I have a feeling it will happen. All right, so what do we start with? Do we start with No Man's Sky? I mean, you know me in that game. The building, and I don't want to start poo-pooing, but there is some poo-pooing that needs to happen in terms of the build mechanic and what's going on with all of that. So, all right, let's do the No Man's Sky. Yeah, I haven't looked at that plague one you've been playing, simply because you put me in my ship. All right. I don't want to be drawn into another game. I was looking at this other game that had a somewhat interesting looking build mechanic, and I can't remember the name of it now. All right, let's go look at this Pokemon. Do I even have pets on me? Yeah, I got 3. Levi Rivers, what's going on? All right, let's go and blah, 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 blah. And if we weren't having issues with, you know, crazy pets in the anomaly, in the Nexus. A companion register. Are you a collector? Please let me see. Go register. Will Badger Gaming, what's going on? How you doing? I'm about to try Pokemon battles for the first time, apparently. The traveler pores over the data. The crustacean-like growth in their tank bobs up and down. This will do. It will do. A beginning. But manners, introductions. Hello, I am Oceanus. A collector, a strategist, a traveler. Now settled, Specialist Polar recently welcomed me to this extraordinary place. It is exciting to meet a new challenger. Shall we play a game of tactics, your companions against mine? All right. Ask about tactics. With that big thing in my way. Gary 420, what's going on? Turn by turn, we command our collection. A clash of claws, fangs, tentacles, testicles, mandibles. Choose each command thoughtfully. When all my creatures are exhausted, you have won. Each life, each creature is unique. Some creatures have advantages against others. A broader collection gives broader options. Use your curiosity. Play experiment. Oh no, the Hollow Arena is a safe simulation. Figured as much. Your collection will learn, but they cannot be hurt. Did I already do this? Yeah, okay. Initiate. Change lineup. How do I do this? Huh? Okay. Mac, what's going on? Alright, so combat potential, agility, maximum health, size, radioactive, fire. Alright, so I don't want to go up against fire and tropical. Alright. Begin the battle. Alright, here we go. I mean, I guess this gives you something to do with your pets other than I'm gonna lose, by the way. And I guess it gets you exploring, you know, because you're going to want to drop in on planets, see what the critters are. So I can see that. I'm looking for a third. I'm trying to find a third benefit. Or not benefit, but... Alright, let's kill the music here for a second. So we can hear the game audio. No, Mac. This is a... So I've been playing No Man's Sky since day one and been building in this game forever, since it started pretty much. Couple of breaks. I'm in one now. It's a wonderful game. It's a wonderful game. The community is freaking amazing. I love the No Man's Sky community. I wouldn't be where I am today in streaming, which, you know, granted isn't very much, but you know, because of this game. But you know, it's the community here that always keeps me going. But there's so much to do, and the build mechanic, albeit in flux at the moment, is still the most creative build mechanic I've ever encountered in a building game. It's getting a little bit weird lately because of all the changes in the game, and I am going to have to go look at, you know, my city and my other city build just to make sure. You know, I don't want to get into some of the blah blah blahs, but it's tons of exploration and apparently now some mini games. Oh, no worries, Mac. No worries. You know, it's mining and crafting and building and Pokemon battles now. You can create music. You used to be able to do some cool visual stuff, but they took that away from me. But you can build some really amazing things. There's an amazing build community. I am relatively well known in that community. Probably not so much these days. You know, I don't post or, you know, like I used to. I'm back to just kind of, if you catch it, you catch it. But, you know, Hello Games out of England, and, you know, a small team, and, you know, originally, like, you know, overpromised, underdelivered sort of thing, the biggest comeback in gaming history. Beautiful graphics, interesting storyline, which is still kind of evolving. You know, there's a bunch of stuff, Mac, in this game. You can play it mellow, you can play it, you know, creative, it's all cross-platform, cross-save, blah 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 blah. It's my favorite game, even if right now I'm taking a breather because the build mechanic, which has happened over the past 10 years, has changed and altered and gets weird and changes without anything really being done to the build mechanic, but another, you know, thing they added changes something in the build mechanic. You know, which was never. There's a long history to this game. Let's put it that way. All right. I can babble on about No Man's Sky. 'Tis my favorite game, though. Will always be. You know, it holds a special place in my heart, even when I complain about it. And yeah, Mac, if you like to build things, this game is like space Legos. You can, but yeah, it's, you'll see if you stick around. All right, let's get into checking out this new update, which is basically, I'm hearing Pokemon Battle. You go to different planets, and there's 19 quintillion planets you can go visit, by the way, and a bunch of different galaxies, 256, if I'm not mistaken. All right, begin battle. All right, how do I do this? Are you going to teach me? Okay. Laser cannon. I have no idea what I'm doing. Do I have a time limit? Yeah, but see, if it shows, I don't get how that works. Okay, so a shield. They put up a shield, which means it's going to block. I've never done a turn-based. I'm not a fan of turn-based. I just, you know, you go. Now you go. You go. Now you go. All right, I don't even know. Where am I looking at? All right, that's you. You're 300 to 519. I'm 368, 562. Let's try the Electron Storm. It missed. $95 damage. Yeah, I'm basically at this point, I'm just waiting for light, no fire. You know what I mean? Missed. Okay then. Yeah, interesting. I don't know if this is really my cup of tea, if you will. Yeah, all right. So not really my not really my thing. It's neat. You know, I mean, I could see myself every once in a while, maybe, or, you know, oh, come on, are you kidding me? What did you just do? Yeah, yeah, and the nice thing, Mac, is you can, I guess I gotta select this one now. Like, this is a fraction of what this game is about. And you can play in creative, you can play no combat, you can turn things off and on. It's very customizable. If you can get into an expedition, it's a good way to start off as a new player by collecting a bunch of new stuff and, you know, some resources quickly. What am I doing? I don't have no idea here. Roar! Yeah, the building mechanic and the building stuff right now needs some work. And, I just killed myself. Alright, Mr. FT Media, I've never played Pokemon or turn-based games, and most likely never will, but I tried this. And now I'm kind of hooked on the PvP function. Where is it to explore? Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely agree. You know, I was saying that, you know, earlier, like, I'm kind of seeing, like, all right, what is this? What else could this make you kind of, you know, would it make you explore more? Yes, because you gotta, you know, you're gonna want to hunt down some different critters. And then, you know, build them up. And all that fun stuff. I wish they had put one right here. You know, could have had a tournament style, you know, people could have watched. You know, have the table here. And then, you know, you could have had it where the person, you know, the people battling were here and here. And then people could sit on the sofas and watch. And then, you know, move this, say, here. And then maybe have one behind each sofa. But, yeah, interesting. All right, let's go make sure the city's not doing something funky or weird. This is not a buildable item, I'm assuming. I can go into one of my other... This is the anomaly, yes. We are on the Nexus, if you will. Lighting still being funky. Alright, let's see if there's any Quicksilver items I'm missing. Nope. Oh, but we are up for, it looks like, for something. All right. Okay. Let's. What am I in? I'm not in the save where I need to be then. All right. Let's go to Levity. What's going on? Yeah, we're just bouncing around between games today. Let's. There we go. With any large update, I always go and look at my builds because whenever they change anything that's, you know, of this nature and size, oddly, the build mechanic sometimes seems to be affected. We'll give it a minute to load in. Definitely going to be a little choppy at first. But oh yeah, let me load this in. So I built this. Now, this is an overbuild, and I can get into that, a bit later. And again, this is just one element of this game. It'd be nice if you could build that table, at your base or on your, or if they had like a freighter room with that table would be cool. Or a room on your Corvette would be cool with the, Pokemon battle table or whatever it is. And you're not hogging the chat, Matt. You're not hogging the chat, Mac. You can say that again, friend. I got like a song stuck in my head when I... Anyway. But yeah. Everything you see here, I built. Over a couple of years, bit by bit, update by update. There's, as Hellboy is saying, there's tons of techniques, and the building community, there's some really amazing artists, builders. If you do Blender stuff, it can get even crazier. But thank you. Oh, thank you, my friend. All right. Blurb, how you doing, buddy? I'm going to turn the game volume down in here because it gets a little wonky. Although it is sounding better, it's not as crackly as it used to be. I'll give it that. But yeah, all the lighting and, the posters and stickers and, parts and bits and pieces. So, Mac, this is, in my opinion, even with its foibles and its current state, and we'll go somewhere a little easier to build. I don't like to build in here unless I'm really going to build, because this is a build that started on a PlayStation 4, then transported to the PlayStation 5, which is now on the PC. Right? So I cross-saved over to PC, so I could work on it on the PC. I will say rendering's a little funky now, again. Not as crisp as it was the other day, prior to this update. I don't even want to go into the power core now. It's so upsetting. And I know they didn't fix it, but, I gotta check. This will tell me right now. Nope. Wait a minute. Nope. Damn it. Kind of? No. No, because it should be right on this here. It should be doing that right there. Damn it. I might come back and experiment and see, because it does affect certain things, but it no longer affects the part that, looked the best. Which was the signal booster. Yeah, Mac, this game is There's a reason it's my favorite game. Uh, the building is the main part, but like I said, currently it's being funky, and it happens. It's happened over the years. 10, well, building wasn't until later, so we'll say 9 years, maybe potentially 8, but I want to say 9. Still not digging on the lighting that they chose. You walk into a room and it lights up. The whole point is I want it dark so then I can create my own lighting. You're absolutely correct, because I am not. I am, yes, I am one of the people who stuck with the game and stuck with the build mechanic and discovered, some techniques that everyone uses today, and a particular design of something called a kaleidoscope that happened to catch on, and people, liked the idea. Am I one of the best builders in the game? Not by any means. There are a ton at this point, and I'm happy to see it. Am I an OG, an original glitcher? Yeah, I am one of them. But there are people before me who I learned from and who introduced me to the game. The building, glitch building, rather. Um, different game, we'll see. This is what I mean by Mac, though. Like, I want to be doing stuff like this in Satisfactory and have the belt. Because, see, the one thing that this game sort of lacks is like moving parts or non-static parts, which over the years I created. Now, this background I'm about to bring up. So this background right here behind me, I made in this game, but they have since removed an animation or changed the lighting so that this curly cue around the that red-orange line no longer does that animation, because they changed the lighting or effect in the part that generates it. Like, that beam is static, it just stays in one spot, but that wavy effect is caused by another item. And they messed with the lighting in the game, which affected that animation. But just to show you, and I don't think I have my build mod on, so... And yes, there are now... that you can now build your own ships. Here is probably one that I built recently. Oh no, I didn't on this save. That's right. All right, we'll get out of this save. We'll go to one where I can bring in a Corvette. So, here's like your build menu. Roofing, walls, floors, doors, windows. Different palettes. And you can use all of this stuff and do pretty much put it in any position you want, upside down, on its side. Make it larger, smaller. Some things animate like this. They started adding a few things in that animate or move. Lighting. I use these a lot for setups and doing glitch techniques. All of this is usable, even these skulls and everything. All these plants, statues, and there's, they constantly put out new plants. And Muttley, what's going on? I don't think I'm muted. I believe my microphone is broadcasting, is it not? Maybe you are muted on your end, Muttley. Here's a bunch of stickers. If I'm muted, please let me know. Posters. Okay, thanks, Hellboy. Thanks, Kerry. The early build parts, these were the very first floors and windows and walls that we got. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, and then there's mods that give you way more and more ability. I currently do not have the mod on here. Ah, gotcha. No worries, Muttley. So, let's go over to another save. You can play with friends over cross-platform. It's a great game, and you can play it super mellow and still, have adventures. You can play it normal, which is a great way to do it, where there is some combat with flying, your ships and whatever. You can turn that off if you don't want to. The critters, some attack you, some don't. But it's not like crazy, crazy. There's some, more crazy battling. But again, you can do it creatively or turn it off. There's all kinds of different ways to approach the game. Okay, where am I? Round Corvette. Oh, let's check. Let's check the other city build just to make sure it's still. I mean, if this city is still, it's rendering a little rougher than normal, but that does happen on occasion. I mean, I'm pretty certain this will be fine. It's just over 3,000 parts. Yeah, that's the downside with this game, though, building Mac is, so you can build as many bases as you want all over one planet, and you can see them. And if you're on that planet, oh, thank you, Lightning. What are you doing? Thank you so much, Lightning, for that $20 super chat donation. You are awesome. Thank you so much. You know me, I got distracted now because somebody was just super awesome. 07, the Lightning. Lightning! Mac, yeah, I'm in no rush. I spent a number of years in this game. I can usually jump back in, and in a week I'm back to doing normal. So satisfactory, I have to think about that in a very different way, though, because you do still need to bring things to places, But yeah, I mean, again, everything you see here, I built. I gotta fix that. That's driving me nuts. I don't remember how I did it either. Like all the, and I just started building this. This is sort of in progress. I created this wall here. Muttley, what are you doing? What is going on with y'all? Thank you so much. 07 the Muttley as well. 07 Lightning and Muttley. Thank you so much for those $20 super chat donations. Much appreciated. Especially in this day and economy. You know what? I need to change the color of that sticker. I just realized. Maybe not. Yes, I do. I don't like that. keep it light for now. Yes, blah, blah, blah. No Man's Sky. Get it, play it, enjoy it. Like right now, I'm in a creative mode, so I don't have to worry about anything. I can just run around and build and do what I need to do. And, you know, so this used to look very different. Yeah, I mean, I will never, I will never not play No Man's Sky. I will always come back to building because, right now I'm looking for something that is like this in its creativity level with building, and I've yet to find it. Now, I'm curious to see what Light No Fire brings. I'm very curious to see the whole one planet concept, one planet that by scale is the size of Earth and or larger or slightly smaller. We don't really know yet. And we still don't know. We haven't heard a darn thing recently. You know what? Why is my tip thing hasn't been running? What the heck is going on with that? What happened to that? I'm gonna have to figure that out. I used to have a tip ticker, and it's no longer working. What the heck happened? Update. Damn it. All right. Anyway. So this is what my character looks like. Currently. I can change this at any time. This is one of my experiment, and these are just emotes. This is what I call an R&D, which most of my building is. Levity with the 23 euro super chat. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. 07 to Levity, 667. So this is me just working with, different stuff here. And, the snapping, and this is why I like No Man's Sky building. They have a good snap. I mean, there's some things that this game could definitely, but see how that snaps to a certain spot? And you can free place it. No, this game runs really well. It's, yeah, especially on PC. If you got a good PC, yeah. And again, thank you so much for all those boom, 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 those 3 rapid fire donations. That's what I was trying to think of. Oh yeah, here's one of the ships I made. And you ain't seen nothing, Mac. And this is a basic ship. This is when we first got the ship making ability. This was a little experiment of mine. And it looks better if you alter the camera, but... So, that's this game, Mac. And that's not even everything. That's just some of the building stuff. You can sculpt. Titan on YouTube, what's going on? Thank you, Titan. I had some really good ones that you could walk in, but since they changed the animations, it's not the same, and I'm very bummed about it. Again, if you're just showing up, I'll show you. This animation behind me was created in No Man's Sky. Obviously, you can see the electromagnetic generator there and the signal booster. But that swirling effect, unfortunately, no longer is possible because they changed lighting and animation and all that. So it's unfortunate. It was super cool. See, look. Okay, so I should be able to battle here. Like, if you bring your friends, you know what I mean? You should be able to have a room or, you know, a compartment that allows for that. Oh, did they do anything with this? Did that change again? No, it's boring again. And yeah, Mac, you can randomly go visit other people's bases. And as long as the base is 3,000 parts, you can upload it and you don't have to be there, and, you know, the other traveler will see your build. Now, the first city I showed is almost at the game's max part count. So I have to be there for you to see all of it. And then if I'm not there, you see this weird little beginning of the central core of it. So this here, the Dream Machine, used to be that animation I just showed you behind me. Yeah, I don't have much on this. This is an R&D. That's an R&D. And there's, you know, different different planet types that you can drop in on. And when you do it, in a relaxed mode, you can just kind of, bomb around, do what you need to do. So this is an empty planet. And let's go check out what this planet is over here. Oh, actually, let's go over here. Alright, skeletal moon. Decaying nuke. Let's go see what's on this. And then, when you scan the planets, and then you have your ship, which... There's a lot to this game, Mac. There really is. 10 years of playing this game, and I'm still playing it. So, it's got to hold my attention. And each planet has, its resources, and you can build or mine and explore. Let's find a more pleasant looking planet. Skeletal. Lifeless. Isotopic. So then I'm like, you know what? There's not a planet here I'm really interested in. I'm looking for a more laid back world. Let's go check the galaxy map. And all of these points of light are a galaxy you can go visit. So, I am currently here. Whoa, hey, slow down there. And say I want to see what this... Alright. Looks like we got... How many planets there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a moon. Maybe 5. So now I'm going to warp over there. Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you, Katrine. Star systems, there's 256 guys. I said that earlier. Thank you. All right. But yeah, Mac, here, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, no, activated. Shh, damn it. Oh, really? That doesn't surprise me. There's always something. Well, anyway, we can just kind of drop in here. If we don't like it, we'll head on out. Oh, no worries, Mac. Yeah, this game is, at first overwhelming. But the nice thing about that is the community is so great and so helpful. And there's so many videos now on how to do anything in the game that it becomes less overwhelming. And since people like myself and Katrine, and this is the stuff of why I still love this game, like just flying around, floating around, knowing at some point I could be inspired to build something, or whatever. And they always, they're always adding content. What do we got over here? Unknown. Noxious fungal mold. So then there's the space stations where you can build your ships. and say I want to leave the pilot seat. But you got to be careful because I'm still moving at a slow pace. So if I get out now... We're going to get out. Yeah, and oh, hey, oh, hey. Oh, are you kidding me? Alright, I'm gonna say, I know I can get in this one. So, then, Mac, there's your space stations, and there's things to do on there, and that's where you build your ships. You know, like, these are what are known as Corvettes, but we also have other ships you can buy and fly and get. And then there's the social area, or the nexus, or anomaly. I call it the nexus. Oh yeah, and then you have a freighter. So you can call in a freighter, you know, once you get one. And there are many to choose from. And then you build your freighter. You actually have rooms, and, you know, you can decorate it. But this is sort of the social hub, if you will. And I probably don't have any pets on this save. And I'm sorry, folks, but, you know. Ah, look at that. So, Hollow Arena Battle. So this is the latest update. And there have been many, and they have all been for free. It's a wonderful game, Mac. It really is. And again, the community is what makes this game. Is there a new expedition? Nay. Oh yeah, so here's some of the other kinds of ships you can find out in the universe, in the star systems. And then, you know, there's different vendors and things you do here. You can talk to people, meet up with people, do expeditions together, daily things to get Quicksilver, which is a type of currency. This is the latest, you know, what we started off with, which are these basically Pokemon battles. I don't think I have any pets. Oh, no, I do. Ooh. The wacky team. Yeah, there's a ton of things in this game, and you can take it, especially if you're in creative mode. That's a great way to explore the game and what goes on with it. So what do I do? Just wait at a table for somebody to show up? All right, we sit here and wait. Actually, I probably should go warm up my coffee. All right, I'll try this one more time, but again, this isn't really my thing. I'm not really a fan of turn-based, but you never know. I mean, we'll see what happens with this. I know you can upgrade these and they get, you know, better, stronger. I don't know how that works yet. I'm sure I can catch a video or someone in chat will be like, you need to do this. We are going to do some Star Rupture and some Satisfactory. I don't know how deep I'll get into either one of them. I was just in a, like, all right, Star Rupture had an update. This has an update. And I'm really wanting to destroy everything in my current save and start over on Satisfactory. Okay, so, and multiple people can do this, yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do here before I do this is interesting. I'm actually going to just focus on these cats for right now. I'm going to go warm up my coffee because it's at that gross temperature. Take a little breather. I need to take a bio break. And we will return shortly. And we will do another battle of the Pokemon. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know who he is. I know which one. I'm just kind of enjoying this little twinsy battle over here. So if they stick around, awesome. If not, I apologize, but do I have any eggs? I do not have any eggs. No eggs for me. But a bunch of stuff I don't need. Oh, actually, I might need that. Alright. Come on, do another battle so I can watch. Alright, we're going to take our break. I'll be right back. For those of you who are not going to stick around and need to get going, thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your Sunday with me, or your time in general. Do appreciate it. Don't forget to 07 all of the people who tipped today. Thank you so much. And on your way out, if you're leaving, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that YouTube jive. Ring the bell. I'm usually on Sunday, Mondays, and Tuesdays at this time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And usually, right now, Satisfactory, Star Rupture, No Man's Sky, whatever. I'm kind of just leaving it open. I'm waiting on Light No Fire. But Sunday, Mondays, and Tuesdays is usually the days I stream. So I hope to see you again if you got to get going. And for those of you sticking around, you know what I'm going to say. Get up, stretch out. Peel the peepers away from the screen for a few minutes. Get your bio break in. Get a munchie. Get a beverage. Wash your hands somewhere in there. And we'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still, and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip, haze, feels like midnight. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. It's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still, and my mind's.
Alrighty, let's get into our battle. And I guess I'm hoping multiple people can battle away. Oh, that's a cool little critter. What's that? I want one of those. Where do I get that thing? Alright. Yeah. Companion, yeah. Show register. Yep. Okay. Yes, we've read this. Move along. Initiate. Begin the battle royale. Let's see what resets all active move cooldowns. Infect. Atlas Galacticus, what is going on with the nemesis in the middle? No worries. Yeah, I replied to your stuff, and I know you're still learning it. No worries. All right, Sting. I should choose you. What? How did he just get full life? Or am I on a new one now? Envenom. Regenerate blood. Heals you currently by 76%. Each round for 5 turns. Oof. Multi-turn ability. Ogala. Shazah. Blah, blah. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I mean, it's neat. It is. I get it. Oh, all right. I don't even have to do anything for the next couple rounds. The lid monster. Pacow. Yeah, turn-based to me, it's just I'm sitting here waiting, you know, and I, you know, I don't know. It's Sting. It'd be neat if the effect was different for the move, like the sting was different. Like it seems like this creature's just spitting the same kind of thing. Dun, 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 dun. Hit him with the envenom first. Okay, you put up a shield. Turn 11. Oof. Took a hit. Took a hit. Ha! All right. I have one of those too. Yeah, no, I know. Be cool if they like moved or something, you know. I don't know. Not sure. Ooh. Man, that thing doing all that damage? Dang. Oof. Yeah, she's back to full. Man. There we go. What happened there? What up, Flo? You down? What would it be done this round? Poison water. They do it? Nice. Yeah, exactly, Katrina. It's not really my thing. I mean, it's neat. Okay. So I did one pet. That's a good pet. I like that one. All right. Now, how do you upgrade your pet? Like... What up, Flo? Oh, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, there's nothing wrong with digging this at all. I mean, it, like I said, it's neat. It's just not really, I don't see myself doing it on a regular, but I could see myself doing it every once in a while. And, you know, I could see maybe searching out or looking and, you know, looking at the critters on the planet differently. You know what I mean? And there is still regular combat in the game. Yeah, I mean, it's a neat update. You know, is it, you know, something I would have asked for? No. Do I think people are going to enjoy it? Sure. It's another thing to do with your pets and another reason to explore and to see what other critters are on the planet, you know, whatever fauna is on the planet. You know, so I definitely dig on that. It does give you a reason to explore. You know, because certain critters are in certain areas of the planet and, you know, nighttime and daytime stuff, water. Oh, yeah. Do I? Oh, yeah. Do I have any in this save? I don't. Wait a minute. What save am I in? Yeah, I should. Don't I have fish? Or the fish don't count? Now, how do you find out if these critters are... Oh, that's for the wonders. Hold on a sec, let's see. What am I doing here? Hold on. There's a lot in this game, and if you take a break, you gotta rethink sometimes. So where are my pets? My pets. There we go. Yeah, I only have these. That's right. The others are wonders and then your pet. That's right. All right. I remember. Oh, so, all right, hold on. Is this how to upgrade them? Okay. Exposure to battles in the Hollow Arena will slowly mutate a companion. Each level of mutation allows an individual gene to be edited, leveling up the companion's combat performance. Once a creature reaches its maximum genetic potential, Further edits can be made to change the creature's available moves. Alright, so... I did. Where's... That's just hyperdrive. So this is a B class. Current abilities. Agility. So how do I add to these? Just fight them? Increase mutation level. I am the not so much. Okay, so here. Oh, use the... Thank you. Experiment with genetic modifications of all your creature, enhance their performance in battle. Modify how they behave in battle, increase... Interact with a companion to feed it a retrovile pellet. Then mutate gene in your companion's genetic profile. Okay, alright. So, interact with a companion to feed it a retrovile pellet. Alright, so then we got to bring it out then to interact with it. I don't have any retrovile pellets. Can we make them? Oh, okay, I gotta speak with them again. Okay. There we go. Alright, I just had to chat again. Got it. Now we do it. Now we do it. Evolve. Gently pat. Too late now. I'm not a big duper. I do enough, when I'm building with mods, to do things you can do normally just without having to go through the hassle of it. Now, if I battle again, do I get stuff? Flow, chill. And Zamudo. The quest line to follow? Alright. Wild charge. Nothing. Okay. Planets. Where on planets? Oh, my Spyro pet was an S-class? Alright. Trading post? Alright. It missed. Dang. Yep. Creature's going down. No worries, Mac. I was about to switch over after this battle to something. Or, who knows, maybe I don't even know what we're doing today. Like levitation beam, it'd be neat if that, Sure. Thank you, Titan. Ooh. Crimson Rage. Yeah, that one always gets me. Yeah, that didn't feel good. Yeah, I'm done. Yep. Boop. Bonus move. So now I'd have to... I just fed it to Retrovia. Alright, now I gotta speak, or... Oh, okay, now I gotta probably do something there. Alright, hold on. Alright, I fed you the thing. Mutate the gene. Whoa! Progress to next edit 24%. Okay, so then I go back over here, chat with you for a minute. A faction of collectors, intergalactic, everywhere. Collecting brings its own satisfaction, but if medals motivate you, the Arena League offers them to exceptional. Okay. The most challenging opponent was Corvax and Calypso. space stations. Okay. We just got to go to space stations. Got it. And then speak. We did. We did. So they specifically want me to summon the space element. Even though I just spoke to him about the whole thing. Bender. So now I have to repeat what I just did. Again, there should be a room that you can add that to your freighter at least, but preferably, you know, Corvette and freighter, and honestly, in your build, that should be a part that, you know, the battle table, if you will, if you will. Alright, I know we just went through this, but let's do it again. Can I not advance? Speak, yeah, learn more I did. And I... Alright, that's not cool. Right, so I gotta be in my ship, which is right here. It will not let me plot a route. That's weird. Huh? What the hell is going on? Yeah. What's going on here? I don't get it. What the heck just... What is going on here? What the Forkenheimer? Should be right here, no? We'll find out in a moment. Yeah, I figured that'd be my next. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if that solved our problem. Now let's see if this is if he just blubs us, or if we get through the speech again. I don't know. Blub. Okay. All right, let's try. Try the next part. Again. Excuse me. Plot route, which we have. There we go. Let's see what this does. There we go. Thank you all. Okay, that's interesting. Ooh. Got one of them big shuckers. How do you know if it's of a certain class? No, I wasn't trying to land. I was trying to hover over it, and it just kind of pulled me in. Thank you. Ooh. A-class. B, 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 B. B, B, B. Bada-bee. Alright, now I'm assuming I need to Are you the one? No, you are the one. You're still the one. How do I add a... Thought I collected that other one too, did I not? Thought we had a... whatever. Oh yeah, here it is. That's a CCC though, Agility S. Wait. Forgot to look at the springy one. Ow. All right. Begin the battle. Excuse me. Not doing any damage. This guy's kicking my behind. Supposed to absorb that to heal. What? Alright, Flo. Oh, come on. Give me a break. That's garbage. Really? Really? That much damage? Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's working properly to me, but... yeah, so I'm going to lose immediately here. Yeah. So what, I got to keep playing him until I win? So fire's not going to do anything against that. All right. You go, flow, flow. Oh, come on. You can switch? I didn't even pick anything, it's just doing the battle. Yeah, I'll figure it out eventually. So it's garbage against fire. Crimson Rage seems to be the best at this point. Those things always get me. I'm gonna lose again. There we go. I need to do oh. And I haven't even gotten any other game yet. Alright, so this is, you know, I see what it is. It's neat. I will continue with it. I kind of want to just finish this whole progression thing, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be kind to me. Alright, let's try it again. He seems to have the same. So I need something that's most of his stuff looks like it was fire. Fire. I don't have any tropical. So I need frost and a tropical, or a frost and a radioactive. All right. I don't really have a frost, do I? I do not. All right, so in order to really do this part, now I'd have to go searching for specific types of critters. So we'll do that in another time. Because that could take, you know, a long time. I'm sure that there's some on this planet we could go looking for, but all right. It's interesting. I will give it that. Is it something I would have necessarily asked for or hoped for? No. Is it something I will probably mess with a little bit? Sure. Does it give another reason to explore? Heck yeah. And something to do with your pets? Yep. So it definitely is, you know, it has a little bit of depth to it. I'm sure there's stuff that I haven't seen or don't know of at this point. But yeah, it's pretty darn cool. I would say if you're into turn-based fighting things and the Pokemon style of battle or whatever that I hear the comparison is, because I've never done the Pokemon thing, so I can't compare it. But that's what I'm hearing. Then you'll probably dig on this. I think it would be a lot better for me if I was like, you know, playing with a friend and, you know, we could kind of trash talk each other a little bit. I think that would be fun. You know, friendly banter, if you will. All right, let's take a look at Star Rupture. But before we do that, we're going to take a little bit of a break because my coffee is kind of gross temperature. The last sip I had. Hold on. So Star Rupture, there was a big update for this. They had update 1, which you know, changed a bunch of stuff. New unlockable zones, new point of interest, new resources. Yeah, zipline, satisfactory. New higher tier buildings, version 2. Very satisfactory in some ways. New wildlife. Yeah, but they they changed a lot of things as well. Like before with the pistol, you would get it as an upgrade with the corporation. Now it's a buildable along with the other weaponry. There's obviously a zip line, which to be some new added buildings and construction. No corporate level rewards. Like the machinery is really cool. Like the style of it is great. That, you know, interesting. Like, so I'm, you know, but the build mechanic is not that creative. It's a little, I didn't really read that. I already knew the removing the radiation. I'm curious to see if it will. Yeah, it's definitely changed a bit. So, boom. But yeah, I will definitely say that the No Man's Sky Xeno Arena battle it's interesting. It's, you know, I could see, you know, level. It definitely gives you something to do. All right, this is not controller friendly. And I am not good with keyboard and mouse. So we'll get as, you know, we'll deal as we go. All right, but what I think I'm going to do here is we're going to take another break. I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter than the last one, hopefully. Although if my roommate is awake downstairs, I may have to battle for the laboratory. Which one am I using? That's too much. All right, which go next? Hold on a second here. All right. Get that space bar rolling. You don't need the controller right now. We'll load up our game from before. I'm gonna go game audio. But yeah, I could see playing that a little bit. I don't think I would necessarily do it, you know, as a specialty sort of thing. I would leave that to the people who actually you know, who know how to do turn-based battle, used to that sort of thing. You know, I mean, I'll get my help from the people who are good at that sort of thing. I'm hoping for some build mechanic work and build, you know, something with the build mechanic. It needs some refining again in No Man's Sky. All right, we are going to get into some Star Rupture as the next part of our stream, and we may even do some Satisfactory. Depends on how I'm feeling. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. So, you know, we'll see how long I can push that off. But we are going to take another little break. We've been sitting here for about 2.5 hours, and I need to get up. So I'm basically starting all over again, apparently, in this game, it seems. So I will probably delete pretty much everything. What I do want to check out, though, is whether or not that little trick for flying about still works. or if they fixed that in this update. Ooh, pardon me. They fixed it. Damn it. We will try. We'll try to do the slide. But I think they may have fixed it. Yep, I think they fixed it. I mean, this game is, you know, so far, you know, good looking. The parts are nice looking. It does have a bit of satisfactory in it, if you will. Obviously, it is a factory style game. And now we're back to level 1s. Oh, and like everything I built is no longer like all those other things.
Is in its stable stage. The climate of Arcadia is returning to normal.
Yeah, because there's not a... Yeah, I used to have... Oh, no. Alright. It's bad enough before. Yeah, so I have to start again. I'm starting all over again, even though I have machines now. So I'm going to have to... But we do have some data points. Alright, I think we had all that. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes, y'all. We'll check out some of the star-ups here, but yeah, I gotta start all over again. So I'm just gonna basically tear this whole thing apart. And rebuild it. So, well, let's see what we get with that. And then we'll see how we're feeling a little after. And I'm not gonna take a sip from you because I already know you're gonna be gross. So we're gonna go heat that up. All right, y'all. We'll be right back. Just a couple minutes.
It's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip haze, feels like midnight. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams.
Alrighty. I guess we'll claim. Claim all that stuff back. I got all this stuff. Okay, good. It's very specific where things end up going. Yeah, I really hope they add controller support at some point. Regen chamber. Recipe station.
Congratulations! You can now unlock new functionality for your buildings at the recipe station.
But the buildings can already do these things. Why would we need to unlock anything?
Arcadia 7 is a very particular place, full of specific
Oops.
resources and requirements. The building's programming needs to be updated as these requirements change, to avoid unnecessarily clogging up memory as well as transfer fees.
It's the Claywood Corporation that determines the cost of transfer. You could lower the price and everything would go smoother. It's the Claywood Corporation that determines the cost of transfer. You could lower the price and everything would go smoother.
I'll respond with one of Mr. Claywood's favorite sayings. This is exactly why you're not the richest person in the world.
Boom, 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 boom. Ah, see, I have bullets, but no. Uh-huh. So, now I gotta go to the printer. Maybe. Recipes. Intermediate power cell. What's this over here? Alright, let's move that. I don't like that there. Oh, I could put it. No. Alright, let's head out and oops. And we need to oh, wait a minute. Okay, the rocket stations are still there. So that's gonna come over to here. Go into the smelter. And then out to the fabricator. Hopefully. Basically, it's like having me redo everything. Okay.
Dehydrated. tasty.
Yeah, we better learn how to make some food soon, too. We're going to be in trouble. Well, that seems to be working. I know we can... I know we can make some... Okay. H. Yeah, they could easily transpose this to... Okay, so... This is... Wolfram. We have no power. Okay. So, go to here. Look for power. Currently, all we have are these. And it doesn't matter what rotation we put them at. Oh no! Alright, it looks like they may have fixed that. Okay, cool. Ah, alright. That's a good thing. That means we can finally make them look the way we want anyway. Nope. They will go in whatever direction they damn well feel. Okay, Wolfram bar. Wolfram wire. And then now we gotta go corpo, right? We gotta see what they want. wonder if it lets me. It's still like I can't do a half step. I don't like that. Yeah, it's a half step. It's a little better, but I still don't like it. I mean, we could go straight out, but be nice if there were a copy button. A way to copy. Okay. Map or storage depot? Storage depot. Bars and wire. Perfect. All right. So now can I add? No, because that's a singular bar, right? Rail support. Okay, so if we do that. Build camera. I'm assuming you cannot pass through. Actually, if I were to put a split bar here, junction or connector. This. Two. I just want to see what happens here. Too long? Hmm? Okay, so what happens if I do that? And then you would need to be called for, right? So then... come over here. Go to here. Okay, yes. Yep. Okay. So I'm sort of getting the idea of this game here. Which I could, you know, simplify and bring these things down there and call it a day, you know. Boom, boom. Instead of dragging it all the way out here. But, whatever at the moment. Oh, and you can actually take from the belt on this one. I think. Yes, you can. They don't have any real lift system, I don't think. Like Satisfactory. I'm not sure, obviously. We just started. So we don't really know. But we better get some stuff.
Acquired.
Because we are going to need
I need to survive.
to deal with our survival stuff. And it sucks that, like, I just had a pistol, and now I don't. Which is kind of a bummer. Oh! Alright, I still have it. Cool. I just can't make another one. Alright, we'll let that thing go for a bit. Do a little exploring, a little mining. dun, 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 dun. Tension.
Acquired. I need to survive.
Gonna need the map at some point. Well, I'm bummed they fixed that flying glitch. Because that was actually kind of fun. Yeah, the build mechanic, it's too blocky for me. You know, it's very specific. You have to put these things here. This spot, or this spot. You know, I don't dig on that. Now, not a huge deal, don't get me wrong. But, excuse me. How do I holster that? That's right. Okay. Do I have enough stuff to make? Ooh. Yeah.
Order completed. Clever Robotics cares about you.
Nice.
And so they have another reward waiting for you in the terminal. They also ask that you keep an eye out for old model drones lost on Arcadia. They might contain useful items.
Yeah, no.
Changing mags.
I don't get anything for this stuff? No, like animal corpse, DNA, something or other? Something to cook?
acquired.
Star Tears.
I need to survive.
Oh, yeah, it's about that time. Okay. I'm sensing a star rupture soon.
Gotcha.
Alright, so there's these little crates kicking around all over the place. That contain whatever. And we have these, which we don't have any radiation protection. So that's not good. You have entered a radioactive area. Staying here will lead to death. Alright, so I'm assuming at some point we will make a radio active and, protection suit of some sort. So we'll go analyze. Yeah, I mean, are there similarities? Ooh, graphically, that's not good back there. See that jitteriness? There are similarities to Satisfactory. I think, it's both have their own merit. I think Satisfactory, though, building-wise, is where I would rather be, because this is purely, industrial building.
I need to survive.
At least in its current state. A little pixelated. Let's seems a little new.
Ruptura activity detected. I recommend finding a safe place.
On it. Huh? Uh-oh. I might be in serious trouble here. Hopefully not. Get in, get in, get in. There we go. Alright, I don't know what the heck went wrong here. Alright, let's get this Ruptura activity going here. Seeing why this is happening, I guess I could do... Oh. Weapons and mods. Okay, there it is. Burr, burr, burr.
Ruptura's core is unstable. Head to safety immediately. Warning. The planet is being incinerated.
Alright, titanium. Looks like we need some titanium. Calcium ore. Alright, we can actually do that. We have some. And we can go grab some manually. Wolfram plate, wolfram wire. Yeah, it's, you know, I mean, yes, it is like satisfactory. Wire, so we'll do future health next, alright. And then we gotta wait for the planet to cool down. Apparently everything can grow pretty quickly.
Planetary temperature returning to normal.
The torch is a little weak. Do these only come out? Ah. I don't see any scanning tool yet either. Like to, to help you find resources. I don't know if that'll be a thing in this game. Like Satisfactory has. Haven't seen any more of them.
Dehydrated.
Yeah. And also now I gotta try to remember where I am. But yeah, we need the map next. And those eggs were a tasty little treat, but we don't know where to find those. And we got those cactus things too. And do those only show up, I'm guessing, the eggs only after an event, excuse me. Consumable, okay.
Congratulations! You've just built the Weapon and Modification Station.
Right, new
You
station.
will now have access to a whole assortment of weapons. Nothing's free, but don't worry. You won't need to spend a dime. Griffiths will allow you to use war bonds to buy new weapons. You can find quite a few of them in the wallets of the fallen on Arcadia.
War bonds. Brings back memories from the army. I thought they were discontinued after winning the battle for Circes.
The Griffiths
War
Blue
bonds, I don't
Corporation
know about
believes
that.
the world is in a constant state of war. War with the Resistance.
Alright, looks like we got some work ahead of us here on this game. I am going to call it. We've been on for 3.5 hours almost. And I am getting hungry, so we will pick this up tomorrow. I know I didn't get to Satisfactory. I was kind of hoping I was gonna. Ooh. Storage depot. Dun, 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 dun. I forgot I unlocked that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the build mechanic currently. I think you should be able to do a half step. And we're going to get a lot of red stating, I can feel here. Yeah. But it looks like so it's just to store stuff you've made, not anything for you. You have the personal storage, which isn't that large. And then, you know, you can drop in probably made items here, and that requires power as well. Okay. So, it appears that we've got a lot of learning to do. And let's see if we spawn back here. All right, thank you all for hanging out today. I do appreciate it. We'll be back again tomorrow, normal time, 10 in the mornings. Yeah. Tuesday is going to be a later stream. Watermelon Man Dev. Hey, how you doing? We're going to be back on this tomorrow. So, and maybe some Satisfactory as well. Try and split the two. The No Man's Sky thing was interesting. You know, it has some potential, I guess. Not exactly my cup of tea, but at the same time, we'll see what happens. You know, finding the right pets and everything on that one. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for stopping in. Watermelon, sorry you just came in at the end of things here, but I've been going about 3.5 hours, and I'm getting a bit on the hungry side of things. I'm getting starving here. So, hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow.
Arctura status, stable.
Yeah.
Arcadia status, stable.
I'm sorry, we had to let our director tell us what was going on. So yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out today. Until next time, this has been me, Kevin C. here at Action Pants Gaming, wishing all of you builders out there a little bit of love, peace, and building grease. Get your Action Pants on. Get out there. Start building some wild and wacky stuff in whatever building game you are currently building in. Don't forget to just have fun. All right, y'all. We'll talk soon. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Laid back life. Laid back. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right.